Park. We called the development ION because basically an ION is the very basic unit of measurement or bonding. It's like a bonding agent, I guess, to produce electricity. And so we see this as, kind of metaphorically a way to spark a whole bunch of electricity that then, if you think about it, electricity gives power to everyone around them. And so this is going to be symbolic, I guess, of how we want to evolve. And I think ION will be kind of the a new unfolding new story that hopefully will change the history for churches, for the arts, and for College Park. So, Derek.
Tough to follow that, but I think what Sherry and Good Places embodies is their values represent what their mission is, and vice versa, and that's what attracted us to them. With Kingdom, I was just having a conversation, like, what does Kingdom mean? And for me, Kingdom means doing Kingdom work. That's why I feel like I'm here on this earth. I was blessed to be able to play in the NFL for almost a decade, but I knew that retiring at age 30 wasn't it for me. It was just the closing of one chapter and the starting of a new one. And so when we launched Kingdom, it was really around purpose. Like, how can we align our values with the mission in which we do? And so for me, that's what it all boils down to. And so when we talk about partnering with the right mission-aligned people, Good Places was at the top of that list. My partner, who's not here, Brendan, he lives in Atlanta. I live in Nashville. And he was telling me about this lady named Sherry, and she's like so passionate, and she's like she's like the perfect partner for us. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. And so when I got down here and I looked around the buildings and met all the people that were involved, met people like Jeanette, and understood the dynamic with the church and the UMC relationship, I got really excited because, as you know, churches are one of the largest landowners in the U.S., right? Like, there's a lot of potential there, and so that was very intriguing to us. And so, kind of going down this line, have gotten to know the team a little bit better, and really excited about what this project represents and what it means to the College Park community. So I'm glad to be here, glad to play a small role in this whole thing. So thanks for having me.
On behalf of the City of College Park, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to be here on this momentous occasion. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to first acknowledge those elected officials and appointed officials that are here with us, and I would like to turn the time over right now to our illustrious mayor, Ms. Bianca Motley Broom.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I was so excited for the ribbon cutting, but the train had other ideas. So Councilman Clay and I and Renee Coakley were sitting on the other side wondering, is it happening? So sorry about that, but I'm so excited for this day. I really, really am. I want to thank Sherry, Pastor Jeanette, Finest, thank you for your dedication, for your vision, for your belief in College Park. Because every single day we are building the community that we deserve. And I can't think of a community that doesn't deserve the arts. Right, Tiff? How does a community thrive without the arts? How do people thrive without the arts? Without roofs over their heads, where they can take solace in the fact that they'll be able to not spend 80% of their paycheck to make sure that they have a roof over their head. This commitment that the United Methodist Church is making for our city further deepens the relationship that has been present for over 100 years. We are grateful We are excited. And I just can't wait to see it all come to fruition. I want to thank Dr. Gully because I know that you fought for this. And your passion and the entire congregation and Garland and Mrs. Gully and everyone in this room, because everyone has taken parts of this and owned it. And this opportunity for us to reimagine this space and how we interact even with the Marta Station. Because I see people starting here and having the resources to be able to go anywhere in Metro Atlanta, but come back home to College Park. And I can't think of a better way to keep on building that community that we deserve. So thanks so much for being here today. Look forward to the entire project coming to fruition.
I would now like to give the council member that represents Ward 1 the opportunity to speak, Councilman Ambrose Clay.
Well, this is a fantastic day. I remember when we lost the Arts Festival in College Park a number of years ago. And the idea of having a complex that would have multiple economic levels integrated with arts in the center of downtown, right next to the Marta Station, blows me away. And we tried several things over the years to reinvigorate this area. And that just wasn't happening. And then all of a sudden it's a miracle, literally a miracle. And maybe it's very appropriate that that is the case here at this important religious center for so many years in the community. And so I would like to say, being the techno geek around, a lot of you know me, I'm looking forward to us being ionized.
Great job, Councilman. Great job. I would now like to give a council member that represents Ward 3 the opportunity to speak, Council Member Ken Allen.
First of all, let me thank everybody that's here, because everybody here had a part to play in this. Jeanette, Dr. Gully, you've been part of this for years. Everybody else has different parts to play in this, and it's great for the church. It's great for College Park. It's great for the whole South Side. It's fantastic for me because I see a guy from Georgia Tech investing. My alma mater. Sorry, Duke. A person from Georgia Tech coming in here to bring this to fruition along with everybody else. So, Derek, thank you very much for your input and your belief in College Park, because these people here believe the buildings that are going to be right next to Marta, as the mayor said, you can get anywhere into the city of Atlanta. But there's so much going on the South Side. We want you to stay on the South Side. We want you to spend money on the South Side. We want you to belong to the Main Street Association with, yes, and get involved, because we have wine strolls and we have Christmas tree runs, and so much is going on, and you're part of it. Your new vision is going to be great for this city. There's a lot of new vision, a lot of new ideas, and thank you so much to the church. The Methodist Church hung in there with Jeanette and everybody else. So appreciate everything that everybody's done. This is a great day. I just can't wait to see it grow. And again, thank you to everybody. Thank you.
All right. We have an additional individual I'd like to recognize at this time and have her to come up and speak. I would like to have the chairman of the College Park Business and Industrial Development Authority that has been branded as clearly College Park. I would like Ms. Jamel McKenzie to come up and provide a few words.
What What an awesome time to be living in the city of College Park. This city is absolutely on the move, and this project is just one of the examples of what's going on in our city. I'm excited about this. Today, I'm wearing a hat. Y'all know I don't always wear hats, but I'm wearing this hat because this hat this project, to me, even represents the many hats that I wear. I'm not just the chairperson of the College Park, in the Business Industrial Development Authority, but I'm also a pastor and I'm also an artist. So when I think of this just brings together, this is the culmination of everything that I love. And of course, it's important that people have housing, because that's one of the things our nonprofit does. We make sure that people get the resources that they need. So when I think about this project, I'm totally excited, I'm psyched. We need to have more of this. As our mayor always says, the College Park, building the College Park that we deserve. This is just one of the other components, and I'm going to be involved. In fact, I already got a space in here somewhere. And just excited. Thank you so much. All the different components that are coming together to make this. I have you listed, but I'm not going to say it because I might miss one. But looking forward to getting to know you more, and thank you for coming to our community.
I failed to recognize one person and another elected official. Actually, I'm going to recognize two people. I want to recognize Renee Coakley over here. She's the Main Street Manager for the City of College Park. And then over here in the corner, I heard a little baby make some noise. I want to recognize Miss Grace Phillips over here in the corner, who serves on the College Park Main Street Association Board. Now it's amazing. Just this morning, not more than 35, 40 minutes ago, I'm driving down College Street, and who do I see running but the mayor? She was jogging. I said, and she waved at me and everything. I said, "Hi, Mayor." And she's going to be here in time, and here she is.
I really would have worked out with the train. Like,
Right.
I would have time without the train.
Right. So I'm glad you made it here on time, considering, in spite of the train. And it's amazing how she just about took all of my comments that I typed out, page after page. She just about taking all my comments, so I'm not going to reiterate what she's already said. But one thing I can say is that when I arrived here in College Park 8 years ago, November 4th will be 8 years, I would say shortly thereafter, I would say within 6 months, I was introduced to the College Park United Methodist Church. The leadership here, I met Dr. Gully a short period after arriving here also, and we had always talked about the redevelopment of this piece of property. The church was facing a few, obstacles. A declining membership, older membership. They had a number of buildings, a lot of real estate that needed a lot of renovation, a lot of rehab work. At the same time, there was a lot of facilities that was, I'd say economically underperforming, that they were not being utilized as much as they possibly could have. And it's uncommon, being in my business for the last 20 years, doing economic development over 2 decades, is that you don't really find opportunities where the church, local government, and the private sector can work together. Well, this particular project, the Iron, and it's very hard for me to kind of embrace the Iron name because he kind of threw it on me all of a sudden. Because in my remarks, I was saying, "Oh, this is a diamond." Diamond College Park.
Just shorten it. Just shorten it.
Yeah, just shorten it. Iron. But the Iron project embraces all 3 organizations, all 3 entities working together to provide not only art here, but affordable rental housing, owner-occupied housing, and retail, and right in the heart of the city of College Park, beside the 3rd busiest Marta station in the Atlanta metropolitan area. So that's a lot to be commended. So I'd like to give everyone a round of applause. In addition to these facilities bring a lot of memories back to me. When I first arrived here, I can remember bringing my family here. I stayed in a hotel for like 2.5 months after I was hired here in the city of College Park, until I was able to find a home that I could bring my family up here. So I brought my family here to College Park on December 21st, about 2 days before my son turned 2 years old. They arrived here. there was a lot of new things. I'm a guy from the country, Southeast Georgia, coming to the big city. So, when I was in Southeast Georgia, my son attended daycare at my mom's daycare facility. Free. When I came here, I had to look for a daycare. Didn't know where he was going to go, but I knew he had to go somewhere. So the Learning Academy was where my son came for daycare, right here in this particular complex. My daughters needed to go to school, of course. I didn't want to be arrested for truancy. So, had to find a place for them to go to school. I looked up and was able to get them here at Main Street Academy, which was located in the educational building right here behind us. And throughout the years, I have had the opportunity to work with great people. Now, we have the 6 West development that is going on across the street. 320-acre mixed-use development. A whole lot of good stuff going on. Hotels, restaurants, shops. Class A office and residences. This particular project complements the 6 West development, and 6 West development complements what is going on here. In addition to that, once you enjoy the shops, once you enjoy all that College Park has to offer, Monday through Saturday, then you can come here on Sunday and get saved in the chapel. So, everyone, I'm very, very happy about what's going on here. This is great. And I'm not saying that there was a lot of obstacles that we had to overcome to bring this project together. I'm not saying it's been smooth sailing, but I'm saying that anything that you have to work hard for is probably worth having. And I think that together this community is bringing together a project that we all can be proud of. Thank you.
I told Sherry, I said, just tell me when to go. I said, and unlike Artie, I do that for my sermons, but I said, if I put anything on paper, I'm going to leave so much out. But basically, as a pastor, the whole point for me, when the conference sent me here, was just like what Sherry's heart said. We wanted to be able to come together with communities and revitalize the church, because we all know that church is in decline and membership is in decline. And nothing for me as a pastor matters unless we're thinking way forward for people's eternal life. So I view every aspect of what we're doing as being able to usher people into the kingdom. Derek, that's why I love what they named their whole business, because that's what it's about for me and for the conference. And as we have brought partners together, and John's here too from the affordable housing. I'm going to let John speak in a few minutes. But I cannot even begin to say what a privilege it has been to be here. Stuart went with me. Where are you, Stuart? Stuart, come up for a minute. Stuart said to me, Jeanette, he said, if you'll start, because he's an elder in the North Georgia Conference, just like I am, and he said, if we start with Artie, it will permeate throughout. And that was before you were even in office, Mayor Broom. And he said, because Artie will be there if he believes in the project. And honestly, the bishop was down here last week, and I said to her the same thing we said to her executive when she came. He came and I said, Artie and I text on the weekends, at night, whatever needs to do, we got to get it done by Monday. It didn't matter. And there were no barriers there. And I found the same thing. Mayor Broom called Finance and I on a Saturday. She's called on our cell phones, and we have been able to just push things through. So we're so excited about what all this can do to rejuvenate the church, but especially for the entire community to be connected. And you've heard all that from everyone else. And so having all the pieces, this was a pilot program for the North Georgia Conference. And so we have now had probably 5 or 6 tour groups from the North Georgia Conference. And since then, Sherry and I have been asked to go and look at 3 other churches. So that's the you know, we're going to do this here, but we want to be a part of helping be a partner, not transforming. This city team has got it going on. I'm just going to say, it got the best people on their staff. But I said to the bishop when I asked her, because she met with Mayor Broom last week and she came in, and I told Artie, I said, when Mayor Broom said to the bishop, she said, we want you here, what can we do? You tell us what we can do. And I walked out, and then they were with us until 3 o'clock that day. 24 people from the North Georgia Conference. And I said, I told you, they are so welcoming. They understand that we are value for this community, and the community is value for us. And I told Artie this morning, the bishop said, Jeanette, we'll see what happens, because we're a bureaucracy. If you think cities are the Methodist, no, we're a bureaucracy. Okay, right, Stuart? We have to work things, and we have to take months to work things, and we have lots. You think you got committee meetings? We got committee meetings. It's a hard process. But she said this city meets really and she said this to you, didn't she, Mayor Brim? She said the 3 criteria. All the things you said. Proximity to the airport, a Marta station where everybody could come, everybody can be a part of the bigger picture, and reflecting the values of what the Methodist denomination is all about. And that's the one that made me the proudest, Stuart. Because this is who we are. We want to be in it with people. We want everyone to feel that we can be lifted up together, not separately, not a little here and a little there, everywhere. And that everybody has opportunity that I have or you have, that we're all in it together, because that's how God sees us. There are no favorites. There's no favorites anywhere. And sometimes we get confused about that as human beings, but we are all the same. And that's my sermon. That's what my sermon's on tomorrow. And some of us that think we are the favorite, God doesn't have favorites, and showed that over and over and over. But I just want Stuart, before I introduce John, I want Stuart to just say a few things. He and Garland have been right there with me every single step of the way. So I want Stuart to have a chance to say.
Jeanette, you're giving me far more credit than I am. But I will say that great cities have anchor institutions that ground those communities in intellect and economic opportunities, the arts, and in faith. Kathleen and I have been blessed to be a part of this church for nearly 13 years now. And we were witness to the decline that was occurring. We're not bringing in many members, and the older membership here was dying. And there were moments when the nucleus of us, including Garland, had conversation, and we really didn't know what was going to happen. We were really prepared that the doors of this church would close, reluctantly. And then the bishop, through the work of the Holy Spirit, sent us Jeanette. And Jeanette just completely built on the foundation that was here. And through her connections and her past experience in real estate, we have what we're experiencing right now. So it would be, we would be remiss not to acknowledge that really the bulk of this is the result of Jeanette Dickens and her leadership and all that she's done. And Jeanette, we're just deeply, deeply grateful for your ministry here and for all that you're helping to make.
Is here from Tapestry, and I wanted him to come and just share when he'll be breaking ground and when you'll start to see something happening on the Marta lot. And I told him, I said, people have been asking me, so we got to have you come and share that. And he's been one of our partners. I'll tell you, keeping 3 developers together with a pastor, can you even picture that? So Jim, my husband, is here and going home at night, and I'm still up at 1 or 2 o'clock and I can't sleep, and he's saying, what's happening? I said, I'm thinking about all those pieces that Artie and I got to make fit tomorrow, because it's not going to, this isn't going to work. So he's right. We've had lots of obstacles. And Mayor Broom, I just can't tell you, when you came into office, I said to Stuart, and I told the bishop this, I said, she's a change agent, our bishop is a change agent, And both of them are lawyers. Now, what do you think about that? And they're both in mediation. And so when she said that last week to the bishop, I got to go, I got a mediation, she said, I know, don't you hate that? Because she was a partner at a law firm. And she said, I don't know when I'll be back. And Bishop Sue said, yeah, that's how it used to be for me too. So we have 2 change agents that I just think is remarkable. God did. It is, just like Stuart said, I've said over and over, this is only by the power of the Holy Spirit that you bring together these 3 developers, us, and College Park. So I want John to come and share about his building.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm John Toppin with Tapestry Development Group, nonprofit developer, and we're the co-developer on the affordable housing, whatever across the street is, from direction from here. We're really excited and glad to celebrate and glad to see Sherry and her team doing such a great job on this side of the block, and we are working hard on our side of the block to bring that to fruition. We'll be able to break ground in first quarter. So we're struggling with construction costs and everything, as you know. The city has been very helpful to help us get the financing and then help us get the more financing we needed recently to help, get it to make that. So thank you, city folks, for all you've done. You've been tremendous, and we're really grateful. And so I'm so excited. We'll have 60 units of mixed income housing across the street. We'll have artists living there. We'll have city employees living there, downtown employees, people working in the retail, people at 6 West living there, people that are working at the airport and living and contributing there and living their life here in downtown College Park. So I'm so excited to bring this property to fruition and then bring so much energy, contribute so much, 60 more households to this area, and bring so much more vibrancy to downtown. And so we're really excited to be part of this. Thank you for inviting us, and congratulations on this.
Push to come and talk about the arts.
Oh, thank you. I'm Shelby. I'm the co-director of Push Arts with I think Clive and Amy are here. Raise your hands. Tim. And I just want to say that we spent 3 years from 2016 to 2018 in a restructuring and replanning, because the arts always get pushed out of the market. They revitalize a place and then they get pushed out. We saw it in the Beltline and Pond City Market. And so we went back to the drawing board and we said, we really want to incubate artists, and we want to incubate them at a certain level so they don't leave Atlanta. And we want to do it on Marta, and we need a space to do it. And here we are, and we thought it was never going to happen. It took 3 years, but in 2019 of April, Good Places introduced us to the good people at UMC, and it's been 2.5 years now, and so much has happened. Our mission is to incubate artists that are at a tipping point, mid-career, advanced level, that are otherwise going to leave us and never look back if they don't have a reason to stay. And a reason to stay is sustainability. It's ownership. It's ownership of their intellectual property, of their original material. It's ownership of their dwellings. And then they can send the elevator back down to the next generation if we can keep them here. And I don't know if you all know this, but Metro Atlanta makes $720 million in the arts right now, but we are tied for dead last in art support. We are behind Tennessee, we are behind North Carolina, and we are behind Alabama in arts funding.
Should be ashamed.
So what we are doing is very rare in the city. We are moving towards, and I'm going to make an announcement that nobody else knows yet because it hasn't gone public. We're going to say it right here so we're all privy. But we have gone public. We have tried to take 25 years of amassing resources for artists and put it into an incubator that gives them the structure and now hopefully ownership that they need to sustain and then give it back to the next generation. And we can keep and attract more artists here that are doing amazing work, and you're going to see an amazing development come up. We are in touch with so many talented people that nobody knows, people don't know about it, and a lot of them are on the south side. So and that was part of our plan. So we're real glad to be here. We have, next month, we will launch a capital campaign to purchase the ground floor of 1805 Harvard, where am I pointing right? I'm non-directional. And it's going to be a big deal for a small arts or incubator that is growing and scaling in capacity. And so that will be our headquarters, and we'll be able to offer live theater and gallery spaces. We already have 14 artists here that are thriving and doing well, and I'm so excited for Mayor Broom's help, and she's, nobody has an arts mayor. We have an arts mayor. So we are, and I grew up in College Park, and we came out of Decatur, so when we, and we came out of Decatur because we didn't feel supported. We didn't feel like we were being heard, and so now we've got 5 partners, and we're scaling. We hired a new managing director last week and a facilities coordinator before that, and so we are on our way, and we are so thrilled to be here in College Park. So thank you, and I made the announcement, right? I said the thing I wanted to say. Y'all are the only ones who know about that, so look out for it. We're going to be asking everybody for money.